I want to start off tonight by talking about something that's been bothering me for the last several months, and that is the case of trivial political theater. And I think, well, matter of fact, I know the reason why it annoys me so much is because I cannot get away from it. When you look at the political system, and I'm not just talking about, the major networks. This is something I myself have been guilty of, and that's why I'm sharing it with you, because I wouldn't tell anybody but you guys. This is really irritating me because you look at politics, it's in a sense supposed to be, the most fine minds going against the problems of the day, trying to find the most proactive solutions to these. But the political system, or at least the way it's being portrayed on the television, has disintegrated to just the most TMZ-like. Actually, it's even worse than TMZ, because at least TMZ talks to interesting people. These political shows, they're just boring old politicians, with the exception of Trump. Not endorsing Trump, saying he's just an entertaining guy. Going over their talking points. I want to fix the roads, I want to fix the bridges and all this other stuff. But then it goes to like the most benign behaviors. He said this and she said that. It's like I said, it's like watching an episode of TMZ, just the boring old people edition. And with this, I look at these debates, and in a rare showing of agreement with Donald Trump, I have to agree with this statement that he said, Trump, enough with the debates. He's saying, we've seen enough of these debates, in my opinion, adding that it's like Vince McMahon put them on because they're WWE. And that's all they are. It is political wrestling. I love that quote by Jesse Ventura. I think it's in one of Alex's movies. He was sitting there with Willie talking to him. And Jesse Ventura, he says, Alex, this is my Jesse Ventura impersonation. He says, Alex, wrestling is just like politics. I hate this guy and I'm going to kill him, but afterwards we go out and we shake hands and we have a beer. And that's exactly what the political system is. That's why I'm very skeptical when I see these politicians, take all these jabs at each other. I think of it kind of like they're going for the title belt. They're trying to find the best champion to lead the country for the next 4 years. So while these guys are on TV talking about how much they hate each other, my plan is better than this guy's plan, even if they believe that for the time, afterwards, after it's all said and done, I'm sure they go have a big steak dinner, or at least after the election, they will get around to doing that. So the wall-to-wall incessant coverage of the most minuscule, pointless things about these people is on full display 24 hours a day, even if you don't try to look for it. That's one of the big reasons I'm just really annoyed by this whole deal. And it's going to continue because there's going to be more debates, more stupid stuff, more of this guy has little hands, more of this guy is a short guy. Just trivial things. You need to vote for me because I'm a, insert whatever your deal is or what they think your deal is. It's going to continue. It's very unfortunate. And I'm just hoping that the new generation of voters out there, a lot of you guys are feeling the burn. If you like Bernie Sanders, that's fine. That's not my issue right now. I hope you guys can ascend to a better level than what the current political system is now. In maybe 5-10 years, a couple elections from now, we'll have a completely different political cycle that's actually meaningful. Because what it is right now, it's like watching the NFL pregame show. I like the Dolphins. I like the Cowboys. But we got 2 hours left, so let's keep talking about how I like the Dolphins and you like the Cowboys. And this thing continues over and over again, week by week, show by show, network by network, to the point where you guys are getting very little actual, tangible information that's actually affecting the world around you. Case in point, I did a report last night about a series of rapes that have been going on over in India. Now, these are very important issues, even if, you don't live in India. Let's say you do live in India, okay? You're not hearing much about this because you're being drowned out by all this Trump news and all this other stuff that doesn't really mean anything in the grand scheme of things. Yes, he's a political contender, and yes, he could potentially be the next president of the United States. But like I said, when they're talking about Trump and steak dinners, it doesn't matter about anything. So real news about real issues that affect real people is being completely drowned out by just complete BS on the TV, on the internet, on your iPhone, on whatever. You can't get away from it, and I'm truly sick and tired of it. Now, let's move on to some other news. France, send tech execs to prison for refusing to cooperate with the surveillance state. Now, this is a follow-up to the things we've seen with Apple and the iPhone and all that stuff. In case you guys didn't know, the San Bernardino shooters were using an iPhone, and now the FBI wants Apple to open the iPhone for them. They say the encryption technology is too strong for them to handle. Now, I say this every episode, but just in case you didn't know, Apple has been implicated in the PRISM scandal by Edward Snowden, meaning that they're kind of tied into the grid anyway. But let's just say Apple's on the up and up, and they're saying that we're really not going to comply. Edward Snowden recently came out and said the FBI saying that they cannot crack the phone is complete BS. They have the technology to do it. John McAfee told these guys point by point, McAfee antivirus software that is, how to crack this phone so you don't need Apple to do it for you. Apple can keep their security, ISO, and you guys can get the information. Everybody wins. Now they're trying to push these type of measures over in France. They say the measure includes a crime bill presented by the French Parliament. The legislation was cleared upon the first reading in the lower chamber of Parliament, 474 votes to 32 votes. The rule aims to force phone makers to give investigators data, and it will be up to the manufacturer to use whatever technique is necessary. In addition, they will pose fines and potential prison sentences on those who refuse to comply. So yeah, this is Big Brother just coming in and saying, we're going to make you do whatever we want. I think when you talk about advances in technology, whether it's printable guns or iPhones or whatever else, it's up to the government to keep up with the private sector. I don't think the private sector has to drop their encryption or whatever technology down to suit the government. You guys got all these billions of tax dollars anyway. If you stop spending them on stupid stuff, maybe you could be able to crack the phone, which I think you can. I think you're just messing around on that one. Now let's talk about more security measures. Homeland Security finds homework inside suspicious backpack that prompted school evacuation. So basically this happened in Atlanta. Somebody called in a bomb threat, and I understand you have to take bomb threats serious. I'm not knocking you on that one. But the way they went about this is they actually went inside the backpack and they found it was nothing more than just homework in the bag. So it's becoming a growing problem. We saw this last year in New York, also in California. Somebody called in, and things like this I can understand. The things I don't understand is when some student has an umbrella that doesn't even look like a gun. I mean, I guess far away it may resemble slightly a type of firearm, but that's why you need to get closer to actually inspect what you're looking at. Those are things I think are completely ridiculous, stupid. We've seen kids suspended for playing with toy guns in their own front yards and all types of silliness, suspending kids for bubble guns, and this just goes along with it. I don't know any immediate remedy to stop these bomb threats because, yes, you do have to take them serious, but let's stop the overreactions and all the other stuff that's not a particular threat, like kids walking around with umbrellas.
Fellow InfoWarriors, I am very excited to be able to announce to you the introduction at InfoWarsLife.com of a new way to save time and money when you stock up on InfoWars Life formulations like Survival Shield X2 and Super Male Vitality. Just go to InfoWarsLife.com today, select your favorite product, click on Auto Ship before adding to cart, and choose how often you want us to send you another order. Every time you choose Auto Ship at InfoWarsLife.com, you get 10% off, and you won't have to worry about running out and having to reorder next time. And of course, you can cancel with one click anytime. As you know, I'm all about the idea of a 360 win, and the new auto ship feature at InfoWarsLife.com is a sure win for everybody. A win for liberty, a win for health, and a win when it comes to big savings. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today and save 10% on your next InfoWars Life order by selecting auto ship at checkout. That's InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139.